Owen, thank you very much. I love your preparation for class, and you and your good brother Wesley are just tremendous at all your homework and preparation, and your brains, you're using it. It's great stuff. I couldn't be more impressed. And I see here something you haven't said during class. I see written down Mars, brains, carbon dioxide. I think what you're trying to remind yourself is about your alien, right? That he's from Mars, he eats brains, and he breathes carbon dioxide. That's great. I love what you've given us on the fossils and things, and your mystery, and you're working about the mystery object. Your brain is working. I see your picture of igneous rocks, and then looking at plants that live in really challenging places, that Arctic hairgrass. That's tremendous. Now, and I just love everything in your notebook, and you're really an example of you two, you and your brother, tremendous brains. I'm so glad to have you involved. How does a frog grow antlers? Or why don't they have them? And so we're thinking about, maybe if I read that right, I might not have that right. Maybe it's about some range or something. But how do some things grow antlers, and what about a frog? Giraffes. How do giraffes grow their antlers? Because they have these little vestigial antlers. It's interesting. And why do they have them? Good questions. These are good biology questions. And then you drew a picture. And then how did deer grow antlers? Wonderful questions. Good that you like, natural science and biology and stuff. That's good stuff. Do you know that deer are different than, say, moose and elk? Some animals grow and shed their horns every year. Some animals keep the same horns all the time. Did you know that? Yeah. And so elk, for example, and I'd have to check on deer, elk shed their antlers every single year, and then they have to grow new ones. Or is that moose? Moose do, and I think elk are the same, but I'm not certain. But moose are certainly that way. And so it takes a lot of work for them to grow them on a moose anyway. And see, there's a moose right back there. But he didn't have to grow his every year. It takes a lot of energy for a moose to grow his antlers. So we could learn about that stuff, which would help us learn about how much work it is for animals to survive and things. So your homework is, of course, to be thinking about my object of mystery. Think about why I can put a knitting needle through a balloon like you saw, why I can put a straw right through a potato. It's related to things that, just be thinking about it. But then, most important of all, think about any other deep questions you have, things you want to know and understand. And then we'll go back on all those things. We want you to go back and start looking for some answers. And I'll help us. We'll learn things together that you can investigate and teach us a little bit when you come, too, when we take those things up. Someone has said they wanted to learn more about weather. Someone said they want to learn more about tornadoes. So we're going to put that together. We'll learn more about all kinds of things about animals, and especially about antlers and those sorts of things, why that's important. So just remember what you already know. This is not just a hat rack. Don't forget it. And so you're using your brain so well. Very impressive. So we'll see you Monday. Thanks for letting me take some time to look at your notebook and your investigations and things.